One of the most profound and troubling mysteries of human existence is the question of suffering, especially when it comes to good people. Why is it that sometimes those who seem to live with the most integrity, kindness and compassion are the very ones who face the hardest trials? Meanwhile, we often see people who act selfishly, dishonestly, or even cruelly, enjoying success, comfort and prosperity. This paradox has been a source of confusion and heartache for countless generations. Philosophers, religious leaders, and ordinary people alike have wrestled with this question, searching for answers that make sense of a world that often feels unfair. We find ourselves looking at the world and wondering, why do those who strive to do good, who make sacrifices for others, who live with honesty and kindness, seem to face more obstacles and pain than those who act only in their own interest? It's as if the universe has turned things upside down, flipping our expectations on their head. In our hearts, we long for a world where good deeds are rewarded and wrongdoing is punished. We want to believe that justice is not just an idea, but a reality that plays out in everyday life. Yet, time and again, reality seems to contradict this hope. We see the innocent suffer, the generous struggle, and the corrupt thrive. This mismatch between what we expect and what we experience can shake our faith in justice itself. It can make us question the very foundations of morality and the reasons behind our actions. And it makes you wonder, does it even matter to be good? Is there any real point in following a path of honesty, kindness, and selflessness when the world seems to reward the opposite? If doing the right thing doesn't guarantee happiness or success, why bother? This question isn't just philosophical, it's deeply personal. It echoes in the hearts of those who have faced loss, disappointment, or injustice despite their best efforts to live well. Why bother being kind, honest, and fair when it seems like it's not worth it? Why keep giving when it feels like the world only takes? Why stand up for what's right when it seems like no one notices? Or worse, when it brings more trouble into your life? These are the questions that haunt us in our darkest moments, especially when we face suffering that feels undeserved or senseless. In those moments, it's easy to feel hopeless and cynical. It's tempting to give up on goodness altogether, to believe that the world is simply a place where might makes right and kindness is a weakness. However, it's exactly in these times, when our faith in goodness is tested, that we need to step back and look at things from a bigger, broader perspective. Sometimes the answers we seek can't be found by looking at the world as it is, but by considering what it could be, or what lies beyond what we can see. What if we're seeing it all wrong? What if our understanding of good and bad, of reward and punishment, is limited by our earthly view? What if the story of our lives is much bigger than the chapter we're currently living? Sometimes a shift in perspective can reveal a deeper meaning behind our struggles, a meaning that isn't always obvious at first glance. What if the scales of justice don't balance out in this world, but in the next? This idea, found in many spiritual and philosophical traditions, invites us to consider that there is more to existence than what we experience in our brief time on Earth. It suggests that the universe, or perhaps something even greater, keeps track of every act of kindness, every moment of suffering, and every choice we make. The justice we long for may not always be immediate, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Yes, I'm talking about eternity and the afterlife. The idea that our life on Earth is just one part of a much longer and more important journey. Imagine for a moment that our time here is just a prologue, the opening scene in a story that stretches on for eternity. If that's true, then the suffering and challenges we face now might have a purpose that goes far beyond our current understanding. They might be shaping us, preparing us, or teaching us lessons that will matter in ways we can't yet imagine. Imagine that this life is just the beginning, a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things. If we could see the whole picture, perhaps we'd understand that the pain we endure is not meaningless, but part of a process of growth and transformation. In this way, suffering can become a teacher, guiding us toward wisdom, compassion, and strength. The struggles we face might be the very things that help us become the people we are meant to be. The pain, the struggle, the suffering, it's all part of a bigger picture that we can't see yet. Maybe these experiences are chances to grow, to learn, and to build inner strength that will help us in the future. Just as a mountain climber becomes stronger with every step, every hardship we face can build our character and resilience. The storms we weather may be difficult, but they can also reveal our deepest strengths and values. Maybe being good isn't about the rewards we get now, but about the person we become, the mark we leave behind, and what we'll gain in eternity. When we choose kindness, honesty, and fairness, we are planting seeds that may not bear fruit right away, but will grow into something beautiful over time. Our actions can inspire others, create lasting change, and leave a legacy that endures long after we're gone. In this sense, every kind act, every choice to be honest, every effort to be fair, helps a bigger purpose. We are building something that goes beyond ourselves, something that might not be visible now, but has a lasting impact. Our lives are like stories, and every decision we make adds a new chapter. Even when the world doesn't seem to notice, the good we do matters. It shapes who we are and how we are remembered. Kindness, then, isn't just about being a good person, but a contribution to the fabric of humanity. Every positive action we take has the power to inspire others, to create ripples of change that spread beyond our own lives. When we help someone in need, stand up for justice, or show compassion, we are part of a chain reaction that can transform communities and even the world. Our goodness becomes a light that others can follow, especially in times of darkness. Think about the historical figures we look up to, those who have left a legacy of kindness and justice. Their lives weren't always easy, and many faced great suffering. However, their impact lives on, reminding us that the good we do can go beyond time and space. People like Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., and countless others endured hardship, persecution, and even violence. Yet their commitment to goodness changed the course of history and continues to inspire millions. Their suffering was not in vain. It became the foundation for a better world. When we reflect on our own lives, we might realize that the moments of greatest growth often come from our hardest experiences. The times when we felt lost, hurt, or alone can teach us empathy, patience, and courage. These qualities are not always visible to others, but they are the treasures we carry within us. In this way, suffering can deepen our humanity and connect us more deeply to others who are struggling. In the end, the question of why good people suffer might not have a simple answer. But by looking at it from an eternal perspective, we can find comfort and meaning in our struggles. We can see our lives as part of a bigger tapestry, one where every thread, every experience has a place and a meaning. The pain we endure is woven together with moments of joy, love, and hope, creating a story that is uniquely our own. So, when we face suffering, let's remember that we are not alone. We are connected to something bigger, something that encourages us to keep going with hope and determination. Our struggles are shared by countless others, past and present, and together we form a community of resilience and faith. Even when we can't see the end of the road, we can trust that our journey has meaning. And on that journey, every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, brings us a little closer to understanding our true purpose and the balance of justice we seek. When we support each other, we create a world where suffering is met with love and pain is transformed into healing. Our goodness becomes a source of strength, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. In this way, the good we do is never wasted. Like a candle lighting another candle, our actions can spread hope and warmth far beyond what we can see. Even in the face of suffering, we have the power to make a difference, to bring light into the darkness, and to remind others that goodness still matters. Because in the end, maybe true success isn't about avoiding suffering, but about finding meaning and beauty in the middle of it. And in that process, we discover that being good isn't just a choice, but a way of living that connects us to what is eternal. Our lives, with all their ups and downs, become part of a greater story. A story of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of goodness.